It's impossible to be at a product keynote in 2025 where we don't talk about agentic AI or AI agents. And well, this is going to be no different. I know in this room there is a lot of our existing customers that are very familiar with our portfolio, but we also have some prospects, some very new customers as well. So I'm going to spend minutes talking about what SupportLogic Cognitive AI Cloud, as I call, is all about. I call it almost like a 4-layer cake. You have the data extraction engine, you have the signal extraction engine, there is the context engine, and then you have the AI agents that are built on top. And then, of course, all these capabilities packaged together can be consumed within SupportLogic's software as a service applications that we will show you, but it could also be consumed in different forms and fashion within some other platforms as well. But let's just talk about the 4 layers that we were talking about, right? There are some very unique challenges that all of you are very familiar with from a customer support domain perspective. First of all, there are so many customer engagement channels and data that are siloed in so many different systems. You have your CRM system, you could have a different chat platform, you could have a different voice or a telephony platform, you could have a different knowledge base coming from different vendors. So one thing that we do at SupportLogic is we've built connectors to basically extract all the relevant data and insights from all your connected systems, almost normalize them in a fashion so that it starts to make sense. It's not just raw data, it starts to make sense. That's the data extraction. On top of that, you have the signal extraction engine. This is the core IP of what we have built over the last so many years. One thing that I feel extremely proud of is we all know all the hype around large language models in the last 12 to 24 months. But if you look back at SupportLogic's history, way back in 2018, 2019, when Google released its first modern large language model, it was called BERT, some of you may remember, SupportLogic was one of the first companies in the Silicon Valley, at least in the startup ecosystem, that was already building on top of BERT. We built classifiers, we built our aspect-based sentiment detection engine way back in 2018 itself. So the signal extraction engine, so all the data that we extract from all the different systems, our signal extraction engine derives all the signals and the sentiments and the insights from it. And we'll look at all of this in detail. On top of that is the context engine. Now, the context engine essentially builds some kind of a contextual memory across time, across channel, across people, across different systems of record, all the data that has been extracted by the data extraction engine. This is again extremely important. All of you would agree with this because we all know in complex tech support, it's never a first call resolution. There is always a ticket that's going to run for a long time. Multiple agents could be working on it, could be maybe even multiple teams. Engineering could be involved, customer support could be involved, customer success could be involved. So it's extremely important that you don't just look at point in time context. You actually carry forward the context for a case during the life cycle of the case, or even for a customer across the life cycle of the customer itself. So this is what the contextual engine does. And then on top of that, we've built the different AI agents. For example, we have the sentiment agent, we have the escalation agent that predicts escalations. We've built the prioritization agent that helps an agent actually prioritize their backlog. We have the voice agent, and we'll talk about all of these things. But think of them as different workflows that we've built out of the box that can automate certain tasks. Now, again, in the whole agentic framework terminology, there is, in the last 12 to 24 months, there is so much discussion around autonomous and semi-autonomous agents. We already, for example, I think the best example that I have is of our routing agent that we built way back in 2020, 2021, where the routing agent essentially picks a case and based on historical data, routes the case to the right agent. We were already supporting the 2 modes, the semi-autonomous, where a manager can essentially be using the intelligence of the routing agent to route the right case to the right agent, but we already had the fully autonomous mode as well. So again, we started to foray into some of the basic principles of agentic framework that we're all talking about now, way back in 2020, 2021 itself. So basically, all of this, the 4-layer cake, is what we collectively call as the Cognitive AI Cloud.